John and Barbara Haber have owned their Mustang for decades, and it looks exactly the same as when they bought it back in November of 1972.
I decided when we first got the car, I wanted to keep it original. So everything on the car is original. It even has just an AM radio, because that's what came with it.
The Mustang was a family car for 4 years, but their growing children needed more space. And John didn't want to part with the convertible, so they stored it in the garage.
So we put it away in 1977. And we've just kept it up since then.
The Habers still take their convertible out for a cruise in their hometown of Huntington Woods.
I'll drive it on a nice day when I go to play golf. And Barbara and I will go up on Woodward Avenue and go to some of the drive-in ice cream shops with it.
They've lived in Huntington Woods for 52 years.
It's a sidewalk community. It's a community that you can, you feel confident that your children can get around and they're safe.
And this summer, the kids have a newly rebuilt playground at Burton Community Park, thanks to a group of volunteers.
Came on board and said, let's work to make this. So they worked to get a design, and they worked to get money, and the men's club came to their city's rescue again to give a huge chunk of the money that we needed to do this.
Mayor Ronald Gillum has served the city for 37 years. He's proud of Huntington Woods and hopes that when you're cruising Woodward, you'll stop by and see all it has to offer.
All right, hey, look at them. They're having a good time out there. You know, this is the only time of year you can sit back on a convertible like that and ride down Woodward.
And have a good old time doing it, too, and the weather's perfect.
Perfect. Hey, on a personal note, before we move on here, I'd like to congratulate Huntington Woods Mayor on his retirement. We just saw him in that piece of Ronald Gillum, retiring this November.
Oh, yes. Enjoy your retirement, sir.
Wish you good luck.
You deserve it.
You've left the city in great shape.
Yes, you have. Well, if you want a great view of the cruise, you've got to get it right out on the street, and that's where our Dave Rexroth is. He's right on Woodward Avenue having some fun. Dave, what's up?
Hey, I found Boss Hogg's car. We got a driver here. What's your name?
Mary.
And?
Tom.
Tom, this is your car, is that right?
That's right.
When'd you get it?
I got it in 2003. I flew to San Diego, California to buy it.
What kind of car is it?
This is a 1967 Cadillac.
Can you explain the old horns on the front to me?
I have a nice set of Texas Longhorns. On the hood, they go from just about fender to fender.
Fantastic. And tell me, what about your horn? You got something special going on with that?
I got a little set of horns to play Dixie for you.
Let's hear it. There you go. Live with Boss Hogg and Mary doing the driving here. This is a beautiful Cadillac. What year is it?
1967.
1967. There you go. You can find a little bit of everything on Woodward. This is a grand old car. We'll find some more for you. Be back in just a little bit. Give me the horn one more time, Tom. There you go. You can't beat the Boss Hogg car. In a Cadillac, live on Woodward. We'll be back with a little bit more. Let's find out what's going on with Andy Choi now. Andy, what do you got for us?
Oh, first of all, someone's taking a picture of me. Hold on a second. Hi. Thank you. Hey, that's all right. Hey, we're having a great time here on Woodward, but we have a great update to tell you about from back in June. We told you about Linda's last ride. Well, it wasn't quite the last ride. This story took a turn that no one saw coming. Who could forget the fist-pumping elation of Linda Woolard? Back in June, more than 100 friends, family, and complete strangers helped turn back the clock for Linda's dream cruise, a dying woman's wish to drive down Woodward Avenue one last time.
They're telling me that I have about a week.
Linda was in hospice days before the cruise. An infection months before prompted doctors to amputate her leg. Heavy medication led to kidney failure. But Linda decided she was done with dialysis, making peace with the idea of leaving life to fate.
I did a lot of soul searching. I cried, I prayed.
For Linda and best friend Christine Cope, the cruise was a celebration before Linda would leave for that dream cruise in heaven.
Most of those people didn't even know me, but it was just absolutely incredible.
And just one day after the cruise, as Linda and Christine thanked Detroit's classic car community, we couldn't help but wonder if Linda was already beginning to fade. But a funny thing happened in the days, weeks, and months after Linda's last ride.
Actually, every day after that, she was like getting stronger.
You know, I kept waiting for the symptoms that they told me to watch for, and they just weren't showing up.
It's definitely something uplifting, rare, and something to be joyful about.
Dr. Sam Gianolagata is Linda's primary care physician, who says Linda's kidneys making a complete recovery without the aid of medication is tough to explain.
It's hard to say for sure. Every person is different, and her disease was acute on onset, so the chances of her recovery were a little bit better than probably someone who had a chronic medical condition. Having said that, though, she was in hospice, she had kidney failure, and the fact that she turned around is a medical rarity.
And I truly believe it is the power of prayer that got me to this point.
And if you're wondering if this will be Linda's last ride, don't count on it. In fact, Linda's done counting up the journeys.
I realize the way you think can make a big difference.
For Linda Woodward, this redemption of body and soul is a reminder that you can let go of the wheel, but it doesn't always mean the ride is over.
I believe in miracles. I really do.
And so many people believe in those miracles because of Linda, and great news tonight. Linda is somewhere here on Woodward Avenue enjoying that cruise, not counting this as the last cruise. We'll see what happens, but Stephen and Carolyn, I have to believe that everyone out here has that connection with Woodward Avenue the same way Linda Woodward did.
Yeah, I think you're right, Andy.
Made such a difference, and we love that story and love the way you told it, and are so happy for Linda. You know?
Hey, that was great, Ann. So we'll see Linda out here next year.
Yes, we will.
We're confident of
You
it.
know, it's important to take care of our next generation of cruisers, of course. And joining us is Larry Gold, CEO of Children's Hospital of Michigan.
Larry, congratulations and welcome to town. Welcome to the cruise. Is this your first dream cruise?
Second.
Oh, your second dream cruise
dream
now.
cruise.
Excellent. So what do you think? What's your favorite car out there?
All of them.
There you go.
All
Perfect.
of them. But if you give me a 57 Chevy, I'll take it.
You know,
love that.
I'm with you on that. We want to talk about the hospital you're building. It's taking shape right now. It's huge. It's the Children's Hospital Center. Give the official name of it. It's in Troy.
It's the Children's Hospital of Michigan, Troy.
And why? Why did you choose Troy now?
Well, in the last 12 months, 60,000 kids from Troy and Oakland County have been cared for downtown at the Children's Hospital of Michigan. We want to take care of kids as close to the doorstep of their home as we possibly can. So it's a natural.
Absolutely. So families, I'm sure, are so happy it's right in their backyard now.
They're thrilled, and because of what it looks like on the outside, so childlike and whimsical, kids are dying to come in. They really want to get in.
And that's important to keep them close to home and families. Matter of fact, the story we just saw with Linda and the friends rallying around her, and we saw what it did for her. I mean, doctors do not discount the healing powers of that.
No, and children are so resilient. You know, if the procedure happens to us, takes us weeks and weeks, sometimes months to get better. Kids, it happens right away.
And I know you designed this hospital especially for kids, to bring them in, to make them feel welcome. So congratulations to you. We can't wait to see the new facility in Troy.
We're thrilled about it.
Oh, yeah.
When you get your 57, pick me up.
I will.
Pick us both up. How about that?
Well, you can drive it.
That's perfect. Hey, coming up, he's a NASCAR star who made a pit stop on Woodward. Get a look at Kevin Harvick's classic car and what he thinks of this biggest party of the summer.
But first, the cruising car in Pleasant Ridge that can tow a lot of friends. Check it out.
Here's a classic that's turning heads in Pleasant Ridge.
It's one of these cars that's like a little puppy. When you drive it around, people just smile.
From hood to fins, this 1959 DeSoto has eye-catching details and an interesting feature inside.
With a simple twist of a knob, the seat swivels out. You just sort of sit in and then swivel yourself in. Close the door.
When Brett Scott chose this car, he was looking for a classic that his friends could pile into and a car he could tinker around on.
Learning how the cars work, and I'm an engineer by trade, so understanding what makes them tick is part of my tradition.
His family has been tied to the auto industry for generations.
The family started working in the auto industry back in the 30s and 40s. My grandfather did. My mother, my father, and my dad had his own auto repair shop.
Every year, he and his mom drive the Dream Cruise route before they take a front row seat along Woodward.
And Dream Cruise itself has become more than just a day. It's really a whole season of activities. On any given warm, sunny evening, you'll see all kinds of cars go up and down Woodward.
Pleasant Ridge boasts beautiful neighborhoods with towering trees and historic homes.
It's a beautiful town to just sort of walk or bike or drive through because it's a quiet community.
Next time you're cruising on Woodward, don't miss all that Pleasant Ridge has to offer.
The Woodward Dream Cruise, presented by Chevrolet, live on Channel 7, is brought to you by DMC Children's Hospital of Michigan, coming to Troy in early 2016. ZF, Motion and Mobility, Kroger, great food, lower prices, and Chevrolet, find new roads.